You're right guys, Clinicality here, back today with another FIFA 16 Ultimate Team player review. Today we are reviewing the inform Samuel Eto'o, and I do believe he earned himself this inform after getting a goal and an assist in their 4-2 win over Fenerbahce. Now obviously on screen you can see the team that we used him in. It was a mainly Portuguese team, and the team as a whole played really well. In particular, the two forwards, Nani and Quaresma, were absolutely brilliant to use, and I would definitely recommend keeping them in a team with Eto'o if you do decide to go and pick him up. In terms of the player instructions that we decided to go with, I left it all as it was. I did initially tell him to get in behind, but all I found was he just kept running offside. I tried that for 3 games and it worked really badly. So I would say if you guys do decide to use him, definitely try out a few different player instructions, because I definitely couldn't find the best for Samuel Eto'o. As always, we played 6 games with him. We only managed to score 4 goals and get 2 assists, which certainly isn't the best. He cost us 39,500 coins, and for an inform that isn't too bad. Now in terms of base stats, he has 75 pace, 82 dribbling, 84 shooting, 37 defending, 77 passing and 74 physical. Onto the in-game stats now. There are a few decent ones in there. Obviously the 88 jumping standing out with his 85 attacking positioning. 72 strength is pretty decent on a striker as well. Skill attributes, he's got some high 80s in there. 89 shot power for example, 89 penalties as well. Also he has 84 finishing and 84 curve to go with his 84 volleys. He's 5'10", obviously he plays striker, right footed, medium work rates, 3-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, and he doesn't have any specialities or traits. Now jumping into the clips, and when I saw this card initially in Team of the Week, I was really excited to use him. I thought he'd be one of those players that is absolutely incredible, but just because of the league he plays in would be fairly cheap because most people wouldn't want to use him. But maybe I overhyped him because he wasn't very good for me at all. In fact, I was really disappointed in him. Now in the first game that I played with him, he managed to score 3 goals and get an assist. And I was thinking, oh my god, this guy is going to be incredible. He's going to score so many goals for me. And then he scored 1 goal in the remaining 5 games. His finishing was absolutely awful. He hit the post and the bar over and over again. He could not finish his chances. And some of them were point blank chances, and he just missed time and time again. Definitely not what you'd expect for a guy with 84 finishing. Now his jumping and heading stats are really nice and they do feel good in the game, but I didn't really play that style with him. But if you do want to, he is pretty good at headers. Along with that, his long shots are fairly good. I didn't manage to score any because, as I say, they kept hitting the post and the bar, but his long shots do feel okay as well. All of his passing stats felt really bad to use. Definitely do not recommend trying to pass the ball with this guy. It was always over hit or under hit. And with the way Nani and Quaresma were playing, if he'd have made some decent passes, he could have had so many more assists, but his passing was just way off the mark. Now yeah, his finishing and his passing are both bad. However, there was one thing that put me off this card completely, and that was his positioning. He felt really lazy. For a striker like Eto'o, you expect him to be inside that 6-yard box, looking for chances, trying to get in behind the defence. But most of the time he was just standing out wide or standing deep down the pitch, not moving at all. Even when there was a blatant opportunity to run into some space, he'd just be standing still, not making that run, and it was really infuriating. And the few times that he did try to get forward, he'd always be caught offside. Overall, his movement was absolutely terrible. Now the one saving grace of his card was his dribbling. It did feel pretty nice to dribble with him, and he does have 4-star skills as well, so you can pull off a few of those tricks. And his strength wasn't too bad either. However, his pace was absolutely awful, and his weak foot, he only has 3-star weak foot, it was absolutely terrible. He could barely finish with his right foot, let alone his left, and overall it was just really disappointing to see. Now over the 6 games he picked up an average match rating of 7.1, which I believe is the worst average match rating from a player that I've reviewed on my channel so far. Under pros I've put his strength, his jumping and his heading, and his 4-star skill moves. However, most of them are under cons. Lack of movement was by far and away the worst thing about this card. His finishing was absolutely dreadful, his passing was always off the mark. As I say, when he did make a run he was constantly offside. Now I know he's getting on a bit for a footballer, but he did feel really slow. A hell of a lot slower than that 75 pace said that it was. and his freestyle weak foot wasn't very good either. Overall, I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10, the lowest rating I have given to anyone yet. Now, I am quite the fan of Samuel Eto'o, and that was why I was so disappointed in this card. It really was terrible to use. He was never in position, and when he finally was in position, he couldn't finish, and just a real disappointment. That isn't to say that this guy couldn't work for any of you guys, because he definitely could. Certain players seem to play better for certain people, so if you did really want to try him out, go and get him, test him out for yourself, because you may just find that he's good for you. For me though, I'm probably not going to be using him again. However, if he does get any further informs, obviously I will probably pick them up and try them out and see if they are any better. If you guys do decide to go and try him out for yourselves, let me know down in the comments how you got on, whether he played better for you guys. Always like to see if you guys have the same experience with players as I do. Other than that though, if you enjoyed or found this helpful in any way at all, then a like would be much appreciated. Subscribe if you want to see more. I have another player review coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.